This is Rafael Guerrero, Sports Information Assistant Media Director at Cal State Fullerton with baseball head coach Rick Vanderhook. Good afternoon, Rick.
Ralph?
All right. What did the team show you now that you guys are in the regionals to get in there when everybody else left you guys pretty much for dead like a few weeks ago?
Well, we kind of rallied on it. We took it one game at a time and ended up getting on a little 7 one-game winning streaks, and we hope to continue going a few more one-game winning streaks as we continue to play.
What are the challenges now in traveling to the regional as opposed to last year you guys hosted? I know you did it when you went to Oregon a couple of years ago. You're going to the Midwest now. What are some of the challenges that presents to the team?
I don't think anything. I think we're ready to play anywhere, anytime. We're playing pretty good baseball right now. The pitching's doing their job. We're scoring runs, playing solid defense. So, it's nothing. It's going to be a different field and different weather, but I think the guys are prepared to do anything that we need to do.
And obviously the pitching's been a strength all year, #1 in a number of categories in the nation. But what has the hitting done lately to turn this around and get that 7-game winning streak?
Taking good at-bats. I mean, we still strike out, but in between those strikeouts, we just talk about making the most out of the rest of the outs that we made, and we've done a pretty good job of that. Chapman and Davis are swinging the bat really well right now. Deacon's swinging the bat really well right now. So we got a few different avenues going at it, and right now it's clicking pretty good.
And those 3 guys you just mentioned, those are your veterans on the team. How important is it for those 3 guys that they got going, and what have you seen from them as far as taking a leadership role on this team to help them get to the regionals now?
Well, they're all taking a little bit of responsibility to do things. The freshmen are no longer freshmen. Clay Williamson's doing a great job in the outfit along with Austin Deemer. JD's holding his own out there. Pinkston and Velasquez are rotating pretty good at first. Taylor Bryant is playing very well defensively at second. Keegan Dale has been getting on base and scoring runs and holding down the infield. So it's not those 3 guys. It's all the guys that are playing 10, 11-man mix. And the pitching staff in general. Kobe came in and slammed it. Bickford came in and slammed it. It's not the big 3. It's the pitching staff, and it's the offense, and it's the defense. They become a decent team as we stand right now on May 27th.
All right, and before we get to the regionals, Friday, I should say, Justin with that no-hitter. Just what are your thoughts on that? What did you see from him that night, and just how proud are you of him for what he did that night?
Well, it was a pretty amazing feat. I've just got a chance. I actually saw all the no-hitters. I actually talked to Longo Garcia this morning, and his was pretty special because it was against Long Beach State when he did it, but it was a rain-shortened game. I saw Teddy's against Pacific. I saw Kirk Sarlos's against Pacific. Justin did it with power. Those guys were a lot of mixed guys. He threw, I want to say, 26 off-speed pitches out of 115 pitches. He was locating the fastball, throwing it in, throwing it out, mixing in a solid change, and then going to the slider when he needed to. So it was good. I thought the defense played good on it. I thought Greg made a good play. Thought Chapman made a good play. And, other than that, I think Justin really pretty much handled it all himself, and give credit where credit is due. Deacon caught a great game, and Coach Dietrich called a good game for him. So I think all 3 of them and the whole team, that was a good feat for him to accomplish.
All right, now let's get to the regional coming up this weekend. First of all, Nebraska. What do you know about them? Darren Erstad's team. What do you know about them?
They're a veteran group from what we played last year. They got a lot of guys we played them early last year 4 times. I'm very familiar with the pitching coach. He's one of the past guys I named in throwing a no-hitter. So I'm very familiar with Ted. He's a good friend of mine. They're very athletic. They're very left-handed. Their strength is athleticism, and they got some guys that can run. They got a little pop in the order, and they play pretty good, and they really compete. I got a chance to watch them play on TV on Sunday, so I've seen a little bit of them. I'll see a little bit more before we get there and tee up against them. But I think it's going to be a real good game, and we'll see who comes out on the right side. But I'll take Eshelman against anybody, and I'll take our offense against any pitcher right now.
All right, day 2 matchup will be either Oklahoma State or Binghamton. What do you know about those 2 teams?
I know Oklahoma State pretty well. Coach Holliday's in his 2nd year there. He's done a great job. Coach Walton's the pitching coach. He was the pitching coach at Oral Roberts head coach at Oral Roberts prior to that. They really compete. They have a really balanced offensive attack. It's going to be unique because we haven't played in many offensive ballparks this year, and Stillwater has a tendency sometimes to be offensive. So it'll be good. And Binghamton, I haven't seen anything on him. The guy's got some stuff while I was on a phone call earlier today. We got a lot of hours before, so we're going to get in there tonight, and tomorrow we're going to practice, and then we'll have a meeting tomorrow night and go over stuff on what we have on each club.
Okay. What's it going to take for you guys to get out of this regional and advance to the super regionals again?
Only lose one game and win more than the other teams.
There you go. Very simple. All right, Coach. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Raph.
All right, we're joined now by right-handed pitcher Grahamm Wiest, Richard Jr. How's it going, Grahamm?
Good. What's up, Rafi?
All right, man. Well, you guys are in the regionals. That's what's up, man. So talk about being in the regionals after you guys were basically being left for dead by a bunch of publications like just 2-3 weeks ago.
Yeah, the last couple weeks we really worked hard and kind of just played for each other. Beginning of the year, guys have those expectations, and towards the end we kind of just started to play for each other, and that was kind of the turning point, I think.
You've had your best season as a Titan by far, 155 ERA. What did you do in the off season coming into this season to pretty much prepare yourself?
I did the same thing. I trained hard in the summer and did a long catch program that was a little different maybe, but overall just try to throw as many strikes as I could, and that's kind of been my game plan for my career here. So.
And you're up there with Esh, obviously, this season in complete games. You got 4, he's got 5. When you're out there pitching one of those, what do you do to prepare yourself as far as not letting the fatigue get to you and so on and so forth?
I think the biggest thing is just try to win the strike throwing contest. The more strikes you throw, generally the weaker the contact and the less pitches you have to throw throughout the game. So I think that's one of the biggest contributors, is just try to throw as many strikes as possible, and kind of works out. And
obviously you're the old guy on the pitching staff. You got 2 sophomores in front of you, freshman Bickford coming in this year. How have you embraced the leadership role this year on this team?
It's definitely changed over the past 2 years. Had to take a more direct approach probably, and kind of guys. I mean, Thomas and Justin, they are mature and do their own thing. I think Phil has learned a lot, and I don't really need to take care of him too much. And along with the other freshmen, I think that's what the fall is for, and I think those guys worked really hard there, and we did some things there in the fall to help them prepare. But in the spring, that's when you go and play, and they've learned a lot, and just playing well. So.
All right, so you guys are going to Stillwater. What do you know about Nebraska, first of all, the first opponent?
I know Ted Silva is the pitching coach
yes,
there, and he was a former Titan. I know Darren Erstad was my favorite player growing up. About their team, not too much. I'm looking forward to playing them, and it should be an exciting time. So.
All right, your third time around, obviously going to the regionals. What do you take from last year's, obviously the big disappointment? What do you guys need to do to make sure that doesn't happen again?
I think just like I said earlier, I play for each other. I think we pressed late last year, and I think that's where we got in trouble. I think that was the biggest thing, and the more that we can play as a team and as a unit and not play scared or in fear of failure, I think we'll be all right.
And how much of a lift is it now going into this regional? You guys had all the expectations in the preseason, but now you guys are the hot team going in. Nobody expected you to be here 2 weeks ago. So how great is it not to have that pressure, and how do you approach the weekend?
Yeah, it feels good. I know we're playing with house money, as people say, and any win is a good win, so we'll take it.
All right, Grahamm, appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, we're joined by Titans outfielder and closer J.D. Davis. How's it going, J.D.?
Pretty good.
All right. You ended the season on a 12-game hitting streak. What have you changed in your approach lately to get on fire at the plate?
Me and Hook just really sat down and talked. I mean, just to stay within myself and not try to do too much and try to carry the team, because that's what me and Chappie tried to do. We tried to pretty much do everything. If it's not going to happen with us, then it's not going to happen at all. So, I mean, that's the approach we had during the midseason, and that's what me and Chappie, and including me, I mean, we just need to get away from that and trust our guys, and obviously just get on base for the team. And eventually things will happen. We'll put pressure on them, and that'll give the other guys some opportunities, get some fastballs and drive us in.
All right. And because of your great stretch so far, especially this weekend, Big West Player of the Week, the last award of the season. What did that mean to you to win that award?
Felt pretty good after getting nominated probably around 10 times. But no, it felt good. I mean, it's credit's due, and I was happy to get it. It's an honor.
And then Justin's no-hitter got overlooked. You hit 2 bombs, basically provided the entire offense. Take me through that game and your approach at the plate when you went yard twice, especially that bomb you hit over the scoreboard.
Yeah. We knew Keel was going to pitch. He's a fastball changeup guy, backdoor to righty. So, I mean, we knew he was going to throw strikes. His record didn't really show how he was. I know he was 0-10, but looking at what he's done, he's pitched well so far, and we knew that we were going to have our hands full with him. So the approach was just sit middle off him. I mean, that's where he was. His fastball is a very good one. It's sneaky, ran away from us right-handers. So my approach was just to see the ball up and just get good swings off of him. And I got one. My first at bat, I just missed. I just got under it. And then my second at bat, I worked a 3-2 count, and I just stayed inside the ball and got a little bit elevated, and it hit the net. And then my third at bat, I worked a really good at bat off him. I knew he was going to come with fastball away after what I did my second at bat. So I was sitting fastball in or off speed.
Mm-hmm.
So enough. He gave me the fastball in, and I just happened to get inside it and just get the head to it.
That at bat, you were down 0-2, worked it back full, and obviously went yard. How would that at bat have gone probably a few weeks prior, when you were kind of in a slump and everything?
I probably would have struck out.
Yeah.
I've already chased the ball away. I mean, some of those balls, I think the fastball up, or I think it was change up down and away, or I would definitely would have swung at those pitches. I probably would have been racing and trying too hard to get on base. And as I said before, I just calmed down, really. I've been feeling big at the plate, just been feeling real confident, and especially with Chappie behind me, I know they're going to pitch me some more fastballs.
That's been a change in the lineup also, and the team has responded well. Chapman batting behind you. How did the both of you take to that change in the lineup? Were you both receptive to it?
Yeah, I mean, we were open to anything, no matter what it takes to win, really. Things weren't happening when I was hitting behind him, and it just wasn't really happening. It wasn't clicking as a team. So it switched up. We switched up the lineup. And then just we started seeing some progress, slow progress, and eventually things start to click. We started to get on base, me and Chappie, and then all of a sudden the leadoff guy, Keegan, started hitting really well. I know he had like a 19 game hit streak because they were going after him, and they wanted to get him instead of me and Chappie up. So he got some pitches, and he started clicking, and he's gotten some confidence, and Clay's doing really good. And even Greg and Dobb has been swinging the bat really good because they're just avoiding me and Chappie. And but so I mean, it's really nice to see all the guys that are feeling confident, they're trusting themselves, and it's clicking. It really is. We're really doing really good.
All right, you're one of the juniors on the team. I mean, there's like 4 or 5 seniors on here, but for the most part, you guys have been some of the leaders on the team, on and off the field. How have you embraced that role this season?
We embraced it a little bit. Probably me. I mean, Chappie more than me, really. In the beginning of the year, we had some high expectations. We wanted to do everything right, and I think we nailed the head too much of grinding it, I would say, instead of just playing a little more loose. We were a lot more tighter early in the season. We read too much in the newspaper. Our heads were pretty big, and the expectations we never really fulfilled them or met them. So me and Chappie have just kind of been role models, I would say, of just doing the things the right way, of just being a leader by example, really, and just showing the guys the ropes. And if they have questions, we'll let them know. And if something happens, then we'll let them know. And it's all still a learning curve right now. They're still growing. And, I mean, I remember when I was freshman, even in May, I was still learning some things. So we're all human.
Yeah, there you go. And then, obviously, how's the vibe changed now from just a few weeks ago? I mean, you guys, we'd be home right now. If it wasn't for your 7-game winning streak right now. How's the vibe changed, and going into the weekend, how great is it to pretty much be playing your best baseball this season?
I think we've pretty much set aside the expectations because, I mean, we all sat down, we all looked at ourselves, and we're just like, well, we're not really much of a challenge for any team right now because so many losses and so many series losses that we've had. And so I mean, we really looked at ourselves and said, we're not really putting up a challenge against these teams, and they're not really fearing us, even though we had the Titans across our chests. I mean, when we started just playing for the tradition, the school, and playing for ourselves, really. I mean, we didn't really care about the expectations or anything that anybody placed upon us. We just played for ourselves, really. And having Hook back is awesome. I mean, he's being really positive right now, and it's really clicking for us young guys. He's coaching really well, and it's just a domino effect. It's really trickling down. We're doing very good.
All right, now that you have that going into the weekend, how much confidence do you have in the coaching staff to get you guys ready for first Nebraska and then either Oklahoma State or Binghamton, whoever it is, at the regional?
Oh, I'm extremely confident in them. I mean, they know what they're doing. Hookie is one of those very special coaches in Bomber and Kirby and Dietz. Dietz will always be on it with against the opposing hitters. I mean, he's always scouting them. Kirby and Bomber are always scouting the other pitcher. So we'll have some film on them and some information on them, and so we'll start preparing tonight and on the flight. So.
All right, and then obviously last year we had to bring that up. Very disappointing. You guys were one of the favorites, obviously. This year, not so much. Mm-hmm. You guys are going in hot. You're the hot team. How do you avoid having what happened last year happen again?
Well, I think last year we were it was a team for the ages, I would say. For here, we were one of the best, and I think we really never hit that much adversity last year. And so when it kind of hit us against UCLA and stuff, I mean, we didn't really know how to deal with it. I mean, we had some older guys and everything, but we knew how to get stuff stopped or shut the door or stop the bleeding. But it just, I don't know, it just during the big stage of adversity, we never really hit that, or we never had that in the beginning of the season and during the season. So this year we've had so much adversity, we've had so many challenges and obstacles in our way. I think we as a young team, we've learned from it, and that's actually our strength compared to last year. And so I think going into playoffs, we'll be able to learn or how to deal with stuff like that, especially during playoffs. If there's a run or just a missed call or anything, we'll know how to deal with it compared to last year.
All right, JD, thanks for joining us, and good luck on the weekend.
No problem. Thank you.